to the Trinity Stamps page. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. And I am Cassie. Hi, Mary. I hope it will be fun. Hello, Mayhem. Hi, Carol. I'm so glad y'all are here. So, like I said in the description, we're going to be making a couple of 4-bar cards. I just really wanted to make something that was really pretty but kind of simple. And I just thought this would be a good way to go. So we've got the 4-bar envelope builder and die set, or envelope and card builder die set. And then I also have this 2-step stencil called Bed of Roses. It's a 6x9. That's what we're gonna like kind of make the background with. Hi Zamara, how are you? Hey Mary Hunt. And then I have a bunch of other supplies here. There may be a few things we grab out that I didn't list down below, but most everything I'm going to be using will be in the store, so you can go check that out. I'm so glad you all are here. I hope you have, since it's lunchtime, maybe you got a sandwich or some soup, or you're enjoying with a cup of coffee or tea. Whatever, I'm just so excited that you're here, so let's jump into it. So I've got some watercolor cardstock. And we're going to go ahead and get started on our background first. We'll get a few things out of the way. Ooh. Almost dropped all of those dies all over the floor. Wow, that could have been bad. Yes, I hope everyone is having a great week too, Carol. I can't believe it's Wednesday. For some reason, I kept thinking today was Tuesday. I am so behind. I don't know what my story is, but... and I know it's Wednesday because I'm here, right? But I keep thinking... I keep thinking that... I don't know. I keep thinking that I got some catching up to do. Okay, so what's really cool about this stencil, if you can see, is that, here, I'll move that. You've got the flowers and then you have the leaves. And there's all the embossed lines on there, so it's super easy to line this up. Yep, I have my coffee. All right, you just finished breakfast. Good for you. That's right, because it's noon here. It might be a little bit later other places. And you know what? You do you. I would be grabbing a cup of coffee as well. I actually had breakfast not that long ago. So I can't see anything. Here are the colors we're going to be using. These are the Ink on 3 inks. And I'm going to bring in this platform because I'm kind of in love with it lately. And then what I want to do with this, because I want to do 2 different colors, and since they're going to be 4-bar, I'm basically just going to do top and bottom and just be selective with the flowers that I choose. Kind of go half and half, if that makes any sense, because this way I can just knock it all out in one. All right, so I'm going to put this down with a little bit of tape. Not that that is going to really do that much. And then I've got these magnets, and I'm going to start with the flower portion, as you can see. Hi, Teresa. I know, the layered stencils are so great. I love them. I absolutely love them. They're so much fun. Let's start with our yellow on the top. And then I got my blender buddies. And this one especially, I don't know. I mean, I love florals. I do. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. And like I said, I'm going to do the top half yellow. And the bottom half, we will do pink. So what is everyone up to today? I already shared that I am so behind on everything. And thinking what days they are, like... So I know I've got some catching up to do, but we're good. We'll get it done. Okay, so there's our yellow. Now I'm going to do our pink. And this one's called the Sweet Petunia Pink. The yellow is the Bee Sting Yellow. How fun is that? These inks are nice because they're water reactive as well. I like that. And I'm kind of not so worried about making sure that it is a perfectly blended, because I like the idea that it's going to have some variation in the color. And that'll make a little more sense when I pull it away. You'll see that some areas are lighter, some are darker. And I kind of like that. Okay, so now we're done with our blending on the flower. Get those out of the way. You have a birthday card to finish for one of your nieces. Oh, how fun, Wendy. And welcome. Glad you're here. Wait, I don't need the yellow. I need the green. All right, so let's pull this away and we can take a look at what we have got. So we've got our flowers all blended. Set that off to the side, probably make a mess with it. And then here is where you can bring in, and I may have it upside down. Let's see. Yes. So I have the stencil upside down. Like I said, it's super easy to line up because of those embossed edges. And I'll just stick down my magnets on here. And then I have to do green all over the background. And that is called Goddess Green. Oops. Let's just make a mess everywhere. That is usually my forte. And if I was making a mess, my boys, the Siamese kittens, would be up and about right now. But they are passed out, asleep in here with me. I say that and they'll probably get up and be like, "What you doing, Mom?" Okay. So I just made sure that this paper that I'm using is going to be bigger than what I need for the fronts of our 4-bar. And if you're unfamiliar with what 4-bar are, 4-bar cards, when they're closed, measure 3.5 inches by 5 inches. So they're just like that nice little thank you that you sometimes can send. Or I've been really enjoying 4-bar because I feel like it kind of takes away some of the, like the need to have a bunch of stuff written on the inside or a bunch of stuff that you are going to put on the inside. So I've been enjoying that. All right, and I chose watercolor paper because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do to the background. Y'all know I like to do splatter and all kinds of crazy stuff, so we may be doing some of that. And like I said, I may not have everything listed because sometimes I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of lady. You're working on a few shakers and Mother's Day cards. Oh, you are ahead of the game. I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. I already told you I'm behind, so I'm clearly not on Mother's Day yet. Okay. So I'm happy with that, I think. Let's pull that away and we'll take a look. I like that. Okay, that's good. So now I want to do a little bit of splatter and we'll see what comes of that. Let me put this off to the side so I don't make any more of a mess with that. You're trying, you're usually never ahead. Hey, Kate, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Okay, and I should probably put this in my splatter box if I were smart, but I'm not going to. We're just gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of the Twiggy brown on here, spritz some water on it. Grab a paintbrush. Oh, I think I want a thicker paintbrush for this. Normally I use the real small one for fine stuff, and I think I will bring that in for the, but I'm just gonna. Okay. Let's wipe that up. And then of course, let's get some shimmery splatter in there. And this is not listed down below, but here is the liquid pixie dust. Thanks, Mary. Got to tune in, nearly missed you. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, it's an odd time of day, I suppose. I like to catch people during the middle of the day with these ones because, well, everybody's a little bit different with what they've got going on. My Friday lives on my channel are usually in the afternoon. Well, usually, I say usually, they're always in the afternoon, but I actually should have put that over that's okay. We're just gonna, we may end up doing some of that brown, like, on the edges. We'll see. We will see what we decide. Okay. There we go. All right, we'll lift this up. I don't know that I love the brown splatter, but it is what it is. So I may try to distress the edges with the Twiggy brown in a minute after we cut it out. So we'll cut them down because we need them to be 3.5 inches. You're glad there's a bell, right? That is actually great. I like the bell for all kinds of reasons because it does inform me of my favorite ones so I can go check them out. All right, so I don't know if you can see that, but it is, it's so much prettier in person. I don't even think you can see it. Okay. So let's move this out of the way because we're, oops. Oh my gosh, those magnets. I have a metal table next to me, and the magnets just pinched together and went on there. So we're going to move those out of the way so that we don't have any other issues. There we go. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and trim these down, and then that way we can do the next step. All right. So I'm just going to cut in between, and then we can cut it down where we need it. So let's, because I want them to be, you know what? I have the die in here. So that's what I should be doing. Why am I cutting this down? Durr. Here we go. All right, so there's a couple of different dies in here for layering. That's what I should do. Yes, that's what I should do. So I'm going to do this one in here. I'm going to tack that down. And while I'm at it, so what I really want to do is I want to take the hugs. Will that fit across? It will. And you'll notice I didn't cut my hugs apart. I just like that. I thought that was easier, and I do like the placement of it. So we're going to go ahead and tack that down as well. And I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine. You could add gold splatter. Oh, that's a really good idea. Maybe I will do that, Carol, after I do some of the edging. I think that I like that. That's a good idea. Okay, so we're going to run that through this one, and we're going to do the same thing with the yellow. And well, let's do this because it sounds like I may have ruined that. You know, it's not alive if I'm not doing something crazy. Okay. Oh no. Well, yeah, it's not straight anymore, and it's not even tacked down anymore. So let's reevaluate. Okay, we're better. We're better. And I'm going to run that through the die cutting machine. This is my loud die cutting machine. All right, so let's take a look at this one. And I want to keep the letters. Let's see how this looks, because we're going to do it to the other one too. All right, so I'm going to keep those letters, and you'll see what we're going to do. There it is. All right, we'll set those off to the side. You try to keep your big word dies together unless they're spaced too close. Yes, that's my problem too, Mayhem. I can never get them lined up the way I want them lined up, so I'm with you. All right, so let's do it again, and we'll do it with the yellow this time. Let's see, I'm trying to do this sideways like I'm that good. Hey, Kim, how are you? Welcome. Hope you're having a good day. Are you at work? Hopefully on your lunch break. All right, let's flip her over, run her through. Okay. I did already get some envelope pieces ready to go. I'll show you those in a little bit. We're going to have matching envelopes. See how that one should be fine. Should be the same, basically. And it is. All right. So we're going to put that back. I did, and I'll show you that here as well. Just to save a little time, did do a bunch of die cutting. So that way you guys wouldn't just be sitting here watching me die cut, you know. So there's that one. We'll keep those letters. And we'll get this out of the way. I think because of that splatter, I may have to clean those plates here in a second. So let's try. Do I want the Twiggy brown? I don't know that I do. I don't think I do. I don't want any more of the Twiggy brown. So I'm going to leave that off to the side. And here are our cutouts. Let's get our card base ready. I went ahead and cut those down. So again, 4-bar is closed. It's 3.5 inches by 5 inches. So you need a 5x7 panel. So I went ahead and cut those down. I like making these because you can get, oh, don't want that. you can get 2 out of 1 piece of cardstock. So I like that. Oops. So we're going to score these at 3.5 inches then. And with that stencil now, you saw how easy it was to get 2 card fronts out of that. All right, so now our bases are all ready to go. And I'm going to stick that right on top. I'm going to go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and glue these down. Yeah. It has been raining so much here right now that, now we don't live on the floodplain or anything, but our backyard isn't flooded, but the river behind us is definitely flooded. So it has been raining and it's gotten colder. Okay, so there's that one. Let's do our other one. Just crank them out. The one thing about that pixie dust is that even after it dries, I still end up getting it all over my hands. Now that could also be me because I'm special like that, but I don't know. Okay. All right. Now, the other thing I had done was I went ahead and already die cut out, and I did it 4 times for these colors. Found a color in my stash that would match, and for most of them I went ahead and glued them all together, but I'll show you what I meant. So I've got 4 layers here, die cut it out 4 times. And that's the other thing, if you keep those big dies together. Are you serious, Kim? I mean, I know you are. Will you get it too? I know you guys are south of us, but ooh, I don't know about that. Oh golly, I did see that it was supposed to be a little colder. Wouldn't that be something? Get a little snow. We chopped down 2 trees in our front yard because they were dead, and that was no fun. I am so sore still. Maybe I need to work out more. There we go. So I'm just going to glue all these together, and it's going to give it that little chipboard feel. And the reason I did it out of the color is that once I stick it inside where it goes, it's going to, you'll start to see it a little bit from the side. So it's just going to go right in place. You saw that too, Mary? Oh boy. You've had a couple days in the 70s and it's been snowing on and off. Oh, mayhem. Cold and rainy here, Carol. No. Well, I suppose it is spring. It's supposed to be rainy. All right, now we'll just stick all those right in place. And it's not like sticking out super far, which is nice. But like I said, once you look at it from the side, because what we're going to do is we're going to stick the, I know you've seen this done before. It's nothing new, but okay, what do you got going on there? What happened? There we go. There we go. That was a little finicky, that little piece in there. Yeah, I'm sure you all have seen this done before. So this isn't anything new, but it's always fun to be reminded of the fun techniques that are out there. At least that's how I see it. All right. You don't think you'll get any just dust maybe? You hate the cold. Well, then you are in the right place. Okay, so now it looks like I didn't get that centered very well. Oh my goodness. Okay, so my plan now is to glue these on top of the yellow. You could keep it this way. That's kind of cute, really. But I wanted to have it popped up so that you can still see it, but there we go. You'll take the rain over the snow. No, I agree. I agree. Well, I don't know. It depends on what time of year it is. And maybe that's because we live here in the South now and I grew up in the snow. So a little bit of snow every once in a while doesn't bother me. Because I grew up playing in it. I don't want to say shoveling it, although I did on occasion, but not very often. There. So that's what I'm talking about. So it sticks up, and from the side you can still see that yellow. I just think that's fun. And so then we'll do the same thing with this one. Because yes, right? I love these. They're so fun. And I just love the 4-bar. Y'all know I'm slightly obsessed with it lately. But I'll make any card. Offset like a shadow. Oh, that's a thought too. Yeah, I like that. Okay. That's actually a really cool idea. Maybe we should try that, Mary. I like that. Okay. So let's see if I do it a little bit off. Oh, I like that idea. Not sure I'd have the patience of gluing all those letters together. I understand that. That's part of the reason why I chose a bigger alphabet one, you know, so that way it wasn't like small. So look at that. Even if you have it offset just a tiny bit and down, that's fun too. So we've got a couple different ways you can do this. So then you can really see that color behind it. That was a fun idea, Mary. Thank you. That's fun. Yes, it is such a good size for a quick and easy card. I agree. Because sometimes you get even I do, even though I make cards like literally every day, you get a little overwhelmed at a big space sometimes. And you're like, what am I going to do with that today? So there. Okay, I like the idea of it being offset just a tiny bit. I think that's fun. All right, so there are our cards. I do want to embellish, and I was thinking I would put the pink on the yellow. And why did I grab orange? So the one I have linked down below is actually orange. I meant to grab Sun Glow, so my bad. The offset look is cool because you know I'm a professional idea person. You do have amazing ideas, Mary. If only I could accomplish all of the ideas that you do have, because you do have good ones. Okay, so let's put a few of those out there. Not a lot, just a few. Because I thought the pink would just be kind of cute on the yellow, just to offset a little bit. And vice versa. And y'all know I'm not great at putting these down, but we're doing it anyway, right? We'll go crazy with them. I'm not going to put them on the letters since the letters are already popped up a little bit. There we go. Oops. There we go. May have put a little too much glue down on that one, but that's okay. All right, so there's the hugs with our little pink baubles. Let's put these away. They're both very nice. Thanks, Mary. Oops, let's make a mess, shall we? Those bounced. You had to take a break from regular slimline. I understand that. You know, sometimes you just get to making, and this is why it's good to spice it up as far as like trying different sizes and different shapes even, because I made a circle one on my live last week, which was super fun. I haven't done a circle in forever. We like the yellow on there. It's very, very subtle. But yeah, it's good. cards. I can't make myself get into regular slimline. You can't get, yeah, too much. It is a lot of real estate, Teresa. It can be extremely overwhelming, I think. Originally when I first started and everybody was making these amazing scenes, I was like over here going, okay, but eventually just practicing and playing, I eventually got used to it. I started, I think, using more patterned paper. At least that's a thought you could do, is start by filling in the space with more patterned paper and see where that gets you. Because I've showed ways where you can use patterned paper across the slimline. I don't mind them sometimes. I have been doing a lot of the mini and the 4-bar. Yeah, I'm telling you. It's fun to crank out easy cards like this. Well, of course, I took it up a notch. You could definitely avoid doing a lot of these. Even if you just, instead of popping it up or cutting it out of the panel, you know, maybe just cut it out of the pink cardstock and put that on there, and then you wouldn't have to do all the cutting that I've done. And you wouldn't have to put the jewels on there. And this thing would have been done a while ago, right? All right. Oops, no, I do need that. Okay, so we do have some envelopes to make, but there is the pink one. I'm going to set these off to the side, and I'll show you the envelope stuff. So what I did is I took, to make these, just one 8.5 by 11, and I moved the stencil across. And I do have, oops, I'll show you based off of this. So this is what I did. I did it on an 8.5 by 11 like this. I think maybe it was like this. And then I just cut those out. And I did it out of the yellow as well. So now we've got matching envelopes to go along because, yeah, right? And it does the score lines for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that those score lines are good to go. So that's a fun way to have your cards and your envelope match. And those bigger stencils like that make it a lot easier to be able to do that. Okay, so let's put those together. And easy to do, just strong adhesive like I always preach. Make sure you have a strong adhesive. I have found that your regular like score tape or even tape runner just isn't going to cut it. And you went to all that trouble to make a card, so the last thing you want is for it to fall apart in the mail. You like that? Yeah, I thought the opposite would be. Originally I was thinking, oh, and then I'll just grab the matching colors, but I think I like the opposite better. Just kind of fun that way. And then just put a little glue here. Glue it together. Make a mess with glue. Okay, and I'm going to let that one dry while I work on the other one. But same thing. Oh, I like how these are turning out. This is fun. And if my shoulder hadn't been so sore, I could make more of these. But, you know, blending. Love blending. Do any of y'all get that when you're blending with the inks? Sometimes your arm's like, oh my gosh, I just did a whole workout. I feel like I should start my watch. Okay. Or is it just me, somebody who needs to work out more? I don't know. I don't know. That Barely Art glue just dries so quickly too. Can you mail that size? Yes, you absolutely can mail this size envelope. These are just like the little thank yous that you find at Walmart for a ridiculous price. So these are easily mailed. That's another thing that makes them so great. And I did find, because sometimes, you know, I like to make the like specialty paper ones, that those don't go through the mail themselves very easily, but I did find some clear envelopes to go over the top of these, and those go through just fine. So yes, good question, Carol. All right, we're making progress. There we go. All right, and while that one's drying, and I think all of this is pretty much dry, let's see how easily, watch it not go through there or get in there very well. There you have it. Ta-da! And the other will do the same. How fun are those? I love how they match and everything. And so what I would do if you're addressing your envelope, you could easily, you know, get the little label, address labels that Avery makes. Thank you, Mary. And I did think another option you could do, I didn't list it, or I don't even know where I put it. Oh, I did put it over here. You could grab out one of your sentiments if you want to step it up even one more notch. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Iamara. You could do the sending you across here in another color. So I did have cardstock to possibly do it, but I like them the way they are. I don't think I'm going to add anything more to them. But know that that is always an option. You can always step them up. So, all right, there you go, guys. All right, I'm so glad y'all spent some time with me today, and I got to see so many of you in here. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks, Kate, Mary, Mayhem. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. Let you either get back to work or eating your lunch or having some coffee or go craft yourself. I hope that you felt inspired to do so. Go off and be amazingly creative like I know that y'all are. And I'll see you soon in another video. All right, bye, everybody.